Ebusia, a tear for more hair, and I say, Mutia. Mr. Monsha video, na enquachly. Now for you BT, or be on Sabaka video, baby, be a one. Ebusia Monsha. Shares what others can hear so that I can listen. And someone cannot run me. I'm a take if it is or no. I'm trying to grasp my this and how to take my notes. But once I see me trust it, now I'm assuming you're down. And now where you just the tips of the iceberg. I feel the yebe wura jumedi na nkasa ne pompo so. Ebusua omanga na bakun non-political is a not religious and non-ethnic group. Inti se ye ka bibi na etwi esum bi anase ipakuo bi a momfanche. We are here to speak to issues, make argument and also prescribe solutions. Ye wo ha se kind of ye dienti. Ne nsama wa church de mu me ntiase mu e kire se eyampa wadi bebe fa no apple afese Ghana and I say enua efifiri wa America ha no wodi bi ko Ghana wo ye ya enye yie ti sane o kan ye no ye mpani fo yi so in the whole of African continent no about 90% of our leaders ai binum eye president no wo mo beje o mo tete no o kwese kokoro enti se broni ko DRC and I say Democratic Republic of Congo yeah omo ebetima supply electricity hydro yenye free enzuo mu ye fa na hydroelectric power no the whole of African continent and now some more diamonds diamonds so omo wono ye betimi dey a lot of things Africa nyamu na elidi go to Nigeria oil a omo Libya omo so omo bi Africa uko carbon to ye dey sa electric cars ya bay omo batteries ni ade nyina Congo so ye watch a year ye fa say chips it is cell phone me ade nyina now so Africa ya ho actually Ghana let's take Ghana into a perspective. Ghana has gold, Ghana has diamond, Ghana has manganese. Ye wo your friend is saying oil, ye wo your friend is saying coffee, ye wo cocoa, ye wo timber. Just say I don't really know what is actually causing us into me enyama emfani. But emunchiremu question am be saying emunchiremu na ye nia penny obeda ko e dia be. Number 1 no ene se work say education no amprofo no dia abraye no. Cause obi ene obepo abrawusu area will gold. But ya to nipa mo to bi e do maba ne man say akwa obetime design a system wa ebetime aboa ama wade wo. Na ye how no ye wono oje bi atena se wo se eye adwemu yade. Papa Sam etaka sa asem we. The reason here obi betime sinebo ana Ghana ni beka say approach ye heaven. No. And say sabio yesu okusi bia bia. Okurasi ni a obakrum. Na oba de ama na aswata ano. Ene hye ne se. Nti ne se no ahye no. Okọ ne kurasi e beka tro mo se ye wade bi ewo krom a ukọ na do ka o se a e be hye. Nti mo bia fa bi nka ne se. Wonim ice water nti oba de be hunu no now. Many insa obi a oti ekurokitwa mu. Your system and ye nanam edit one in terms of culture. Ghana ni nyina ahwere yen. Me de be na be education no. It is what the assume which is religion. What the politics account. What the any other any frafra ye ma no. Me de nyina be wura education no. If you say information ekoni patwem of which any power gain your mental faculty no eno na ekuta ade bia e wo say ye de etena asase we so. Say ye bedi ye say ye ni ye no eye eho na efam eba na adwen no na ya torture adwen no enti se abanodifo a wo mo na obodi ye so no system no ana say nimdi ekuta wo mo no ayo me ade wo say if you pasiko go na eba what do you expect? You cannot put a square peg in a round hole. Enti de ye nua obi da ko e kire nyina no na mabo no tofa e waye obi da ko Yakobon wo hira Ghana ni ba wutie ye se wutie ase o se wontie ase o nokura no ene aka no mpani se wo ka asem nokura ye nto se tena mbi kaka ye ni ase ye bekasa etie obia. See, OGB is politically neutral. We are non-religious, non-ethnic, and non-religious group. And some over a educational system no. So you see the aprofono curriculum no ana ye de be chere nkwala no de nko ade a also batatukukum no e na be chere nkwala na de dia masa ne dia ya na ye ti se wo dwe se Nyankopon bi firi soro e beto mana bi de go Ghana abusia. No, let me ask you a question. Do you think and do you believe in your heart of heart to say Nyankopɔn bɛbɔ asase foforɔ bi aka de landscape wa Ghana ɛwɔ no ana we asɛ bisa wo de twero egu comment section hɔ sɛ nyame bi ɛbɛbɔ asase bi de aka Ghana de ɛwɔ no ho de a ɛde na menim saa nyame korɔ no na yɛyɛ galamsey ɛde sɛ asase ɛde sodium cyanide ɛsɛ asase ne nyinaa is as a result of a nipa education information enwura no a yɛtete ɛde egu yɛdwene mu true and poor pass and forget a country whereby yɛnkyerɛ abɔfra sɛ obetuma yɛ bibi on their own whereby obi adwenya ne sɛ bio woyɛ tuntuma na meso be na konim arawosam ne sɛ abrokyere ase kura na yɛwɔ no most African people are made to think that way na the arawosam ɛwɔ mu ne sɛ kwasi broni adwuma no a sɛ yɛkɔ kwasi broni adwuma no a wobɛhwɛ no yɛkɔ we go on time because kwasi broni na set system so we late no a system no e be detect those things no enti obi abetra krom ha 30 years 40 years and above nka me de menim no sɛ onipa wo practice ade bia no ɛka wo but awrewo sam no sɛ ba sɛ yɛne aga na fo sɛ yɛkɔyɛ niema so obi na ko awrewo sam sɛ wobɛhwɛ no na tuntum spirit no ɛbɛwura yi mu enti asɛm a ne yɛ mpɛsɛ yɛ dosu ko pa wo because niema bi adi anya akyɛ ya dwene ho a adwuma nkwa no kyinye bi kɔso sɛ Africa for ya dome yɛ ma ɛdane ntɔkwa yɛne Ghana for na ɛwɔ no obi si ɛyampa obi si ɛnyampa nti obi a wɔte America ɛna wɔgye sɛ tinye no na wo a wɔte Ghana o meta America wo bɛ yɛ dai nti no me pɛsɛ yɛ bowura yɛ friend sɛn trans African slave trade no mo na yɛnhwɛ susanso no a ɛde aba nti wada wo masɛ ka wobɛtumi ma yɛ a very brief your friend is saying history about pre-colonial and sana abrofo no beba no what was life like your history about Mansa Musa obi to say Septimius Severus emperor obi to say Imhotep no obi to say Sundiata Keita no Sumanguru no the Ghana Empire, the Songhai Empire, the Mali Empire. Now this is way before say abrofo no beba. Yeah, na yenya kan say we kan kan no bo no to fa de. Say na ye di ho so. That means say life exists. Life existed before say abrofo no beba. Nti ka obetumi twamfoni kakra. What was it like the pre-colonial era? Because me the actually me say asa na abrofo no beba no na ye hye ntade. Na ye ne na. Ye titimia so. Abrofo no was our history bi. Obi bi say me say Africa say play no air ba wa. E dey na land. And I'm besides when him say American president Ako Ghana pay was it money and no Clinton in the 90s. Ron start and a Clinton buy. Say Clinton let me land in play no dia. It is a Ghana who obi antimi do say you know. To what walk us through pre-colonial. What was life like? Any papa na bit mabo mudin. And never been na ye should go abrofo no ba ya almost a bit take away whatever. The floor is for you.
The fact is, Bronina some of our canons are an for educating them intentionally. Making sure someone crop for no. My program was about Muyeda. Now, more respected. They have also miseducated Omoamu Crawford. It be my president, senators, congressmen, MPs around the world. Abrofo ankasa no education ye dey more about omo ankasa na ye wrong. And at the omo dia mayen afayen so ama omo ankasa omo achievement omo exaggerate no. And at the omo dia contribution no so omo minimize no. And omo sand be brain up to date internet or and it's in African quantity or Africa dia ontimi go Google class Ghana what is there but will be south and they continue to ask you even modern day where you have YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. So because the baby are looking again. So we share some of idea. Na nya omo share that yes answer be ya ntimi nka momuda. To omo fa omo coin no. Formula omo didi omo so the same formula no is to just miseducate them. That is why it was illegal for the slave to read, have access to wealth. Now, pre-colonial Africa, open for the last 10,000 years, which is from now to let's say the 1st century AD, Jesus time, so you see Jesus, that is 2,000 years. History of Africa is different from 2,000 years before Christ. or another 2,000 years before that 2,000 years, or another 2,000 years before that 2,000 years. So, let's say 6,000 BC. Nkrofo no mu di wiase pa so no ye tuntum. Technology bebra wo hu no continent ne so. There's nowhere in the world that we hu nipa innovation or science technology bia older than what is on the continent. Ebi ni wiase bebia. Uko Europe krana than what is on the African continent. Uko Europe a monument obet ma kire 5,000 years no. I don't know so mo bi mpodia. No, China crowd refer almost 5,000 year history, which is 3,000 before Christ and 2,000 after Christ. Then you know, far beyond that. Now, sa normal because you share abrofo no a sense normal bebre no. Sa normal no was set yekosia. Because intentionally, even mummies near there what Egypt near the na say no be Cleopatra was why. Before near bread and then said they had nothing to do with Africa. Mummies nanka so mo ye DNA test munim. But once omo ye bibia e kire say Africans na also omo kase yenim and say omo kataso intentional. To bon say say bibiti say the pyramids, say free Sudan, say free Egypt. West Africa currently no. Who say ya twen kura ni sukura. Ya twen say here. Intentionally omo timi bomodiam ya say history kura useless. It's only when they start to teach you about slavery and colonization, I'm going to say history here. A church will be in a shed that church is normal. Ghana Empire, let's say it ran for almost 1,000 years. At a point, we can pay about 50 million people. Ghana Empire, and a few more West Africans, but if you buy one. Se nipa no money nyansa, then no mutim churches are normal. If you buy Benin Empire. Nigeria and some bit of even current Ghana, Benin, Togo. Now even the walls or building, the technology or the builders are walls, The so-called Great Wall of China, Africans, this is West Africa. Because Zimbabwe,
really?
Yes.
Okay.
You just read about it, the Benin Empire. British if you have artifacts are free here. Our keep in their museums. Sabi unim nyansa obetima yesa no man.
No.
The Burkina Faso, the Moshi people, no more technology. Blacksmith use once I don't know pumping. No more the metals in this animal. As a matter of fact, there's this argument. They say, and none of British for no copy or multimedia build they are so costing engine. And so when it comes to intelligence, technology, they are sabi. Obroni nebeka eseni enim hwe. Na ya ankasa de enim se enim bibi. Na ntokwa kesa won say there are just statistics. Actually said 1900 the population of Africa was about 120 million. China was about 800 something. Europe was about 500 something million. Africa's population was reduced because of normal CCA. Over the last 100 years, the population in Africa works the same. We are about 1.3 billion people. China is just 1.2. Europe, you surpass Rome. It's the volume of people are the colonization destroyed in Africa. The lives. Numbers no more canon. Don't know grow. They just have to manage them. So that you're boomful. You see, omutia ya said ni nkrofo ni bebre no sa no ma we ni ensuanti ya bumfu. Dide ehia broni ya na ni age no. Because omu yifrim. Say ye nim normal wo ma ya anke ye ne omu nsreda. Because kwasi broni, we na sa boni we onfa ncho. Hwe jufo. Send we. And so omu nfa ncho obi da. Even up to date kromo nya omu do be ko prison.
Yeah.
It did 1,000 years. What we could not be certain sentence. But because say history, the knowledge, history, go for not twisted, because we find and internet talk us from years. And so no man be break doors. And I mean, sometimes this fast, make us a nipano and some pay books. I won't see. We are tuntum. That's one see us. I know we are. Pharmacy, no more chiro, sociology, or more chiro. Political science are useless. because in it you are diminished. You are nothing. The only thing a build a very confident as an African is obeying the right history beyond the Bronia culture. Because the whole now started so accept the fact is that many Africans have conflicting self-image. And into the Bible culture was ya kese up to date more America. And so more debate. What kind of people would debate say ya kese? Nipa be ba na betima tra wi ase. Unni solution na kase bia mini fast no. But to accept say ya kese unya some information if you actually how you don't even value yourself as a human being. That's why you accept there is me ankasa me preacher back power sorry baby Ghana. Also I my jibe empire kora my jibe me more Africans being because they are cursed. Preacher can say we are ignorant. Sometimes we had beyond religion and those things, and our degrees.
Yeah.
To over TTM, but it's our subject to know so once you are brony so yami. Now who say no we have one some because brony session is and into our sorry mimi ko Roman school pokware. Tembi a won koda Mary boho brony Yesu boho brony me who Mary anu etuntum pokware da. Me who Yesu anu etuntum o yetuntum kro nka paint no. No my na ni blue. Na sebe Mary me ya won England. Yango England but me ko school oh ya because school boa me. But at the same time, nipa no this school no buy no. What destroy my sense of self-image.
Yeah.
So to be free ba, me dwen se me nipa. Obetima bo suit, obetima e judge kese, but only net to one o di nkoma o pese o ti Africa se a oni enough information. Ti do be kan say the aden de boro yeso. Na ebia ya dome. And nyo no kwa naka me hia panyufo a me no mo ye hot debate. Obi kura se bosoma yeso nti na ye normal nkoso nye no kura sa ye kwasi broni a ye hia no a information de ma ye any institutions a watch o wiase a e de to form constantly so wunya nte ya even African countries goji loan kura na interest rate of the momo na say na South African president you say e ba so mo pe so mo ye vaccine ni bi no these powers that run the world were against Africans. Oka obinim say na especially like crash for na omunsua we na brony education e dey ahye ne trimu no inferior brony education e dey ahye ne trimu na wodwen so e crash no wo mo no masem kra de nka because wonsua e attempt be obedibeti and wo mo no ye problem and sebi wo mo so na didi institutions ni brebire anim okọ academia wo mo na wo ho okọ nsori wo mo na wo ho politics wo mo na wo ho business crash for ya ne di animu but when it comes to the proper knowledge as Africans to stand and fight for their people, money, and that is a fact. They have replaced that with religion. And nuntina yen nyan krofo bebre omo akukudro omo koma ye man no. Etuntufo bebre kakra bi na betima kabom se yen kon ne ye man si ho. Obroni gina epie pe no maboto because of the orientation. So subconsciously we've been educated to be subservient and not to see ourselves as full human beings. And this a bit mas sasa no way ya. The American said the bronia dia or the buy no. Do no anu nya no kore. It was so soon beyond that. Yes, I did attempt bia or baby sasa unnecessary questions ya. Then found ko bia. O hear Putin o nyansa bia o wa. And into no timi gina. Said the oye ne senye. O akukuduro wa gina wo koma ne man. So bibi said the oye papa senye papa nyon na America. O akukuduro o China president o akukuduro wontitie bia hu se me ko ama me man. Chire me Africa for say ene de ne to bibia no a otimi ka se me ko ho na makọ ama me nkrofo. Oh ye nyina ye nipa ba ko ewiase nyina ye nyina nipa because bro ni ko a wokoma ne nkrofo. Bibi ni ko a opese okoma ye nyina because he antete ne ye. So to boys all the upper America ho professor we are all one people one fight say the nkrofo be ko bi o da bi. Or far way back no for way back no for way back because bro ni ko fa no and equal for no nkrofo to dum ko a opese for bi aba. Because that memory no, that history no, ye di eneni ho. It is obey the president, obey vice president, obey lawyer penny. But the contract the bemo be an microphone yabi and had was the intimate yet and fama ho no money also called fama. There's something that you train the people to fight for themselves, and that will be their heritage, the history, the honor, the treated history of themselves. And yet the Bruni Beka here. And so far, history be brave book no. Say Bruni Beka here there be question it. Even the actual fan who question it every time. Because Bruni all through history. Say bas to me, ne bas wo di so, we tantro. I know so inyame. Na yenkrofo ne ensua. They are some. They are twisted. Because you bought 3 pieces, you bought suit, you bought tie, a cabrofo. You call you and be a kind of crum casa, you inquire of still a cabrofo. A French. The boy. Yeah, she suit. These are people who have accepted. So, Omodia, Omotimini anymore. Omediatri. To what conditions as any trotro mate. Driver the intimate bida. No, you bet as a sana a different kind of education. African-centered education. I actually say monomusian be beyond the possible near catch them. And into now here all through history, African leader be a team fighting for the liberation of his people or different kind of history. Now when take pride, say possible near education. Take pride, say me history, me culture, and as I say me catch them, me abako some catch them no. Tembia boss work aside, I don't know refer to it. We heard the Brunette Tena, Tembia go to Lincoln. Go to Abraham, go to Confucius, go to the Crawford. Because only be. Ochebuku, Tembia was a go to the go to Abrofosa, go to the Cromunida. Because only be. And if you go forward the anymore, yet the fact.
Wow.
Sanko for the anymore, we can fight for Africa. Until when we are asking questions, it's important we ask questions. But the quality of people that can fight for us must be the ones that we have trained beyond what the Europeans have taught them. And yes, idea we should forget about it. Because they will easily give up on us and join them. And it's easy for them to use them. That's why most often, any political leader be able to man or so there's someone at no. So they know how to manipulate you. The woman in the on never boy mine. The woman in the yard be no. That is all. I'm better for so I'm gold, my diamond, my oil, my crashing my economy. Because one team fighting for the mind. And I say that nipa be and believe and as any behavior is coming from the training, the knowledge that he's been exposed to. And we African, I dare say, so the amount from primary school to university, 90% of it is alien to your development and to your growth. And into we school, Branton, you school to me here, no? When we university, what if you 5 years, because there's no self-confidence, there's no courage, there's no positivity. Why? Because your example, the man in free England, free Germany. Two boys were hanging Germany, they withdrew a maye, withdrew Netherlands, they are coming Ghana, they hide them pa. Oh, a program. It's constantly BTV or say catches Africa a poor. A program. Africa is not poor. It's a lie. Oh, $1 a day. Said will be or baby Yaman Bossia or Didi Tocano. Or no, so we see casting the Yaman Bossia. Ghana's economy is this size. How do you size an economy that people don't have credit? And you have credit, you want to size. How do you size an economy that people have gold, diamond? How much do your companies move out of Africa? And at the same time, you want to size Ghana's economy as $80 billion. Near, so I accept it. There's no way I'm defining with greatness and power. So always, or power near 10, on make us a 1. Or born a 1, on make us a 10. We have to understand the people. You don't only have to understand yourself. You have to understand the world you operate and the people who are working against you. You need to understand the way they think. West Africans don't seem to understand that at all.
Wow.
At all. America, and no matter what you do there, you are not European, you are not American. As African Americans, almost from America. You can be from America, but your race is not European. It's African.
Yeah.
No matter what, you can be there for thousands of years. You cannot be European. You're an African.
Wow.
And therefore, you must study Africa and study those who fight against your people. so that your people can be lifted up. So a normal one ukasa you say you're ignorant, and it does not matter opposition. Go for mudi positions like I say, they to anwa wontimi nya hwe because tete na de man no wo mre. The man nipa ne bu ya ku otimi nya kokudro history. The most important education is history. As a matter of fact, every education is history. So when they twist the history, they have twisted your greatness. And you will produce the people who are weak and feeble. And that is what is happening.